If your period leaves you feeling crampy, bloated, anxious, and exhausted, and you also have a thyroid issue, you need a different approach. Today, you're going to learn about the 3 supplements that I personally use and what I recommend for my clients for smoother, less miserable periods. You've already heard about magnesium and seen the TikTok about herbal teas, but no one is telling you how to actually use these to move the needle forward with your PMS symptoms and how these things work differently when you have a thyroid condition, which is what we're getting into today. If we haven't met yet, I'm Sharon, a clinical nutritionist. I specialize in women's thyroid, hormone balancing, and energy resiliency. I spent the last 4 years working with women whose periods completely go off the rail when their thyroid gets out of balance. But the good news is that with a few lifestyle and nutritional modifications, like tweaking your supplements, you can absolutely take the edge off of your period pain and your hormones back on track. There was a time when my period absolutely made me hate being a woman, and it was all throughout my 20s, if I'm being honest. The cramps, the unpredictable mood swings, the exhaustion, no matter what random PMS supplements I tried, nothing seemed to alleviate my pain. They helped mask the pain, but the PMS worked like clockwork. Every month I would experience the same debilitating cramps that would knock me off my feet. I remember one day at Apple, I disassociated because the period cramps were so bad, and not knowing what else to do, I literally went to the backseat of my car and napped for most of the day. It wasn't until I started supporting my hormones, my thyroid, taking care of my stress, and layering these 3 period supporting supplements that things started to shift. I'm not saying that these 3 supplements are the magic fixes to your period pain, but if you've been suffering in silence, you deserve to know what can actually help. Let's start with red raspberry leaf tea. It's an herb that's been touted to support period pain because it acts as a uterine tonic. This means it helps tonify and strengthen the muscles of your uterus, making the cramps less intense and your periods less chaotic. But here is the part that no one is explaining. Low thyroid function messes up with your hormones, estrogen and progesterone, leading to heavier, longer, more painful periods. Red raspberry leaf helps regulate your hormones, making your menstrual flow smoother, and can overall support your thyroid by regulating hormone-induced inflammation that exacerbates thyroid symptoms during your luteal phase. But listen to this part very carefully. If you decide to try red raspberry leaf, start low and slow. I usually recommend about 1 cup per day, about 6 to 8 ounces, the week leading up to your period, and then stop once your period starts. And why is this important? Red raspberry leaf is a strong and potent herb. Too much can actually throw off your hormones, especially if your thyroid is already vulnerable. The second supplement that I recommend is magnesium. You've likely heard of magnesium for period cramps, but here is what else you need to know. If you have thyroid issues, you're likely at a higher risk of being magnesium deficient. Thyroid hormones affect magnesium metabolism and absorption, and low magnesium can aggravate thyroid-related muscle tension, leading to other common PMS symptoms like migraines and poor sleep and anxiety. It's like a vicious cycle because magnesium affects every cell in the body, and that's why it's important to get enough magnesium to help your muscles relax, including the muscles of your uterus. It also helps stabilize your mood and calms your nervous system. My go-to form is magnesium glycinate. It is highly absorbable and it's gentle on the stomach. Typically, magnesium glycinate does not cause digestive mayhem. It supports both muscle relaxation and nervous system repair. And honestly, when I'm taking enough magnesium glycinate throughout the week, I find that my sleep is so much smoother. The dosage that I typically recommend is between 200 to 400 milligrams per day. I usually recommend taking it away from food in the hours leading up to bedtime. And you can increase your dosage by about 100 to 200 milligrams depending on your needs the week leading up to your period. The last supplement that I recommend is omega-3 fatty acids, specifically sourced from marine animals. Omega-3 fatty acids sourced from marine animals provide a higher concentration of EPA and DHA. These are the powerful anti-inflammatory components that help curb inflammatory events like PMS symptoms and thyroid flares. In the context of PMS symptoms, omega-3 fatty acids help lower prostaglandins, which are the pain-triggering chemicals that your body releases during PMS flares. And a side note, these are also the very chemicals that painkillers like Advil target when you take them to lower pain. But taking painkillers only offer a one-time rendering effect when it comes to helping your pain, versus if you were to take something or eat something consistent, like getting enough omega-3 fatty acids in your nutrient profile, you're supporting that inflammation in the long run. And when I'm talking about chronic inflammation, I'm also talking about other PMS symptoms like breast tenderness or unpredictable mood swings, because those are also telltale signs that there's chronic inflammation going on. And you know, lowering inflammation is the name of the game for nurturing your period. I recommend a omega-3 fatty acid supplement that's combined of 1,000 milligrams of both EPA and DHA. And one quick disclaimer, before you go off adding or modifying your supplement, make sure you check in with your primary care doctor, especially if you're also dealing with other hormonal issues like PCOS or endometriosis or even thyroid condition. And if you're dealing with painful PMS and you're not sure why, and if you're sick of guessing what supplements you should be taking, and you want a personalized health and nutrition plan to support your period and regulate your hormones, check the link in the description to book a free clarity call with me. My one-on-one nutrition program is crafted to help us get to the root of what is going on with your body. You don't have to suffer through every month in pain. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and a life free from period pain is possible for you too. Until next time.